Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Land Bodybuilding. Mountain. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the best way to train triceps with the close grip bench. Now, a lot of times people have different opinions on this, and this is why we're here. We're here to compare different opinions and also different body types and see which option is the correct one for you. Now, those of you who have been tuning into this channel for a while know that usually I opt on the side of flaring the elbows to take a little bit of the front delt out of the movement, and I just come down to about 90 degrees, maybe a little bit lower at the elbow, but I try to feel where that tension is staying on the muscle belly, and I lower as far down as I can until I feel the tension going to the elbow, and then I lift the weight again. So this is where I keep that constant tension on that tricep to ensure that the tricep is hitting failure first. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is that they'll do the tricep press and they want to do it for triceps, and they go all the way down, they do the elbow tuck, and then they lift the weight. Now, if you're feeling the triceps hitting failure first and foremost, if that's what your experience is, then of course this is the right technique for you. But if this is not happening, if you actually are noticing that your front delts are hitting failure first, or your chest, or you're kind of getting a combination of everything but not necessarily the triceps, maybe there's a way for you to adjust the technique to get a better result. And that's really what my point is here. So what I noticed is that there are two major ways that people do the close grip bench. One is they tuck the elbows and they lower the weight in an arcing motion. And then two is they flare the elbows like I do, and then they come down in a flared version, but keep that tricep involved and take some of the front delt out. Now, I think the reason why people are having different experiences is because of the length of the humerus in comparison to the forearm. Not everybody has the same ratio going on. It's not just a height thing. Like, a lot of people just compare short guys to tall guys and then say blanket statement, whatever technique should be applied to a tall guy or a short guy. But really it's more than that. It's more like the joint ratios and of course the insertions of the muscles that will play a role in what you feel hits failure first, or what muscle actually hits failure first in a given exercise using a certain technique. So one thing I want you to do is to not be afraid to adjust the range of motion. As you guys know, if you've been tuning in here, you know that I'll adjust the range of motion to hyper focus that tension on the tricep. So for me, that means just coming down to 90 degrees. For you, it might be coming down lower, or just staying more at the top and just doing short pumping motions. Try all of these different techniques and see which one really hits your tricep the most. That's really important, is for you to conduct that experiment. But for myself, I found that if I kept the elbows in and I did this type of motion, I did get some tricep involvement, there's no doubt, but my front delt came in so much. Now, if you're noticing that both versions of this close grip bench are not working for you, try this. Try going on the Smith machine, if you have one in your gym, and putting on the weight that you use after you warm up and everything, of course, and doing the elbow tuck and then pressing like this, right, with the triceps on the bar. So what you should do is maneuver the bench press, or the bench you have, in the Smith machine rack, and make sure that the bar is going more on a decline movement instead of an incline. So you basically might have to flip yourself upside down or whatever, right? But anyway, what you do is you push the bar like this, almost like a decline sort of movement. And because it's stabilized, you don't have to worry about the bar slipping or falling off or anything. But at the same time, you can elbow tuck and then bend the elbows as your primary focus instead of doing the arcing motion with the shoulders, right? So you're putting that tension more on the tricep. And that's another great addition to the close grip bench. And it's kind of a hybrid close grip on the Smith machine if you're noticing that close grip bench is not working for you at all. But the truth is I use all combinations of these techniques, but I may land on one primarily if I want to focus that tension on the tricep for that workout. So yeah, I do the elbow flare, partial range, in order to make sure that tricep's hitting failure. So you're gonna have to experiment and feel which muscle is hitting failure first. And that's going to give you a good indication of what technique is right for you. But the truth is, full range of motion, no matter what, is usually not going to be the trick because there's so much chest and shoulder involvement. So unless you're just using the close grip bench as an auxiliary lift to help with your bench press, this is probably not going to be the right technique for you in order to isolate those triceps at least. Mountain. So I hope this helps you in your training, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalgalantbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now.